This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
You always says, do you want to say the plot? Mind if I say it?
Okay, I did the plot. Alright, so, okay.
Chris
just said I haven't done the plot in a while, and you said, okay, I'll do it.
Oh, I thought you said you haven't done the plot in a while.
Chris.
So I also have an I and am in my name, so I made my own. My name.
Is it like a site?
It's I am Zax Topero Jester.
And Justin.
I wish it would wipe my memory.
The episode starts now.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia, where we revisit everyone's favorite shows, movies, and video games from the mid-90s to the mid-2000s. So, guys, how was your week?
Pretty good.
Good?
Yeah. Didn't do much. Miss you guys a lot. It sounds like the fans were happy we were back with Cool Runnings. That was exciting to see. You got a lot of posts.
So, Justin, how was your week? Is it
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we're in nostalgia news.
Sure.
Alright. So Tom and Jerry just released a new movie on HBO Max. And I thought this was kind of funny. So, right now I'm dating someone that has kids. And they watch this show that doesn't talk. And they think it's hilarious. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, how can they like this show? They don't say a fucking word. Like, how do you how do you like this show? How is this entertaining? And then I thought to myself, I was like, that's exactly like how Tom and Jerry was. And I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. Have you watched the movie yet at all?
I haven't watched the movie yet. Is it good?
I heard it's pretty good. I
Really?
haven't seen it either.
I've never seen one episode of Tom and Jerry.
Are you kidding me? What kind of
I
childhood did you
will
live?
not watch the movie. I don't care.
Well, we all know what kind of childhood Justin just had. A very, very terrible one. Tom and Jerry's so funny. I don't know what you guys...
I'm not denying that it may be funny, but I just never watched it. So I don't care.
I feel like you're missing out a lot, Justin, in my opinion. I love Tom and Jerry when I was
The
little.
last time you told us to watch something, I hated it. So, we're talking about that today.
Are we?
Let's get into it.
No,
Nice.
let's extend it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
And then that's that, and then WandaVision. From the point that we're recording this, the new WandaVision episode has not come out yet. The last one, it comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but episode 8 was my favorite, and I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
This rarely happens to me. I almost cried.
Wait,
What part?
Wait, wait.
I almost cried.
What,
The grieving
why?
part about like the brother?
No, but I did like that episode because
Okay, hold on.
I did feel a little emotional.
Wait, okay, but what part?
So, I was about to say the saddest
The
part.
end when she saw the letter and like it had a little heart. You know,
Yeah,
it was gonna be their home, and like she went crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all feel just like a little tinge of like, oh, ouch.
I felt more emotion when her parents died. But
I kind of agree with John.
I don't know. I like that part was that whole show was like, oof.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That part with the letter, I was kind of like, wait, did
it's a little
Vision write
cheesy?
that?
Is it a little
I wish
cheesy
there was
for you?
this. No, it was just they didn't like explain that at all beforehand. Like I didn't know that's
Right.
what Vision wrote until
it seemed out of characteristic of Vision.
I kind of agree.
It
just seemed weird. Yeah.
It was weird. I don't agree that was in the realm of what Vision would do.
I was more confused when I saw it scene more than I was emotionally
I don't
impacted.
know. I felt a tinge of human emotion
Okay.
during that scene. I also liked when they were sitting on the couch.
Was that
watching
an
Malcolm in the
insult,
Middle.
Chris? I think he just insulted us.
No, I'm
Robots.
saying that I actually kind of felt something from it. I rarely get emotion. Like I rarely
I
go,
see what you're
oh
saying.
man, like a
Yeah.
show. Like that kind of like I was invested.
That's true. I haven't seen you ever get emotional by any kind of movie or TV show.
So I felt a tinge of human emotion. in that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
I also
That's
liked
cool.
when they were sitting on the bed and watching Malcolm in the Middle.
I like that scene. I thought that was an emotional scene. I didn't think the letter thing was.
Because I liked that kind of baseline, because they don't really talk about how Vision and Wanda like got together in the
I agree.
movies. So I thought this was a really good like scene. Like he was really awkward, but at the same time he was like, you could tell his humanness was coming through. You know,
I
he
agree.
was trying.
Yeah.
All right, so my thing is Space Jam 2.
Oh yeah.
His first pictures.
Yeah.
Um,
You posted
we've
one.
Yeah, we've seen the jerseys. I kind of like them a little bit
Yeah,
better
I like 'em
in
too.
person. I thought they were lame, but it's not for me. So it's like,
So, are they going in opposite direction where instead of LeBron James getting kind of pulled into the Looney Tunes world, are the Looney Tunes getting pulled out of their world?
That's what it looks like to me.
well, the first picture they show looks like he's in a cartoon land.
Yeah.
But then the next picture I saw in the article that you sent is Bugs Bunny more realistic.
It
I like
looks,
them.
It looks to be
I
a
like them as
switch
that.
of two things.
Yeah. I like them in CGI. I hope they kind of go at that more as the final thing. I think it'd be better to have a CGI Looney Tunes than a cartoon.
I just
Yeah,
hope they
but-
bring
yeah,
back
but
the sexy
there's-
bunny.
There's more.
She's in the
There's more of an
picture the-
if you go the CGI route, there's more of an opportunity that people are going to complain that it doesn't look like.
Yeah, you're right.
The Space Jam episodes where I learned about furries and where I was just traumatized from it.
I know that was
true.
a great time. You
And now
should
you
go
bring
back
it up
and
pretty often.
that's the episode that everyone should go back and listen to.
Space
Now I
Jam
have a
one.
folder
Space Jam.
that says that.
So, John, what did we watch this week?
We watched we watched Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
It's a fan favorite. People like this show a lot.
I looked
I
it up
like this show a lot.
when you said it, and it's like a 7.5, 8 rating on Google.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
It's great.
And then I watched it and I was like, how?
But let's talk about the theme, though, because we played the theme. It's a great theme.
It is a great. It's one of the most memorable themes like of the 90s.
Sometimes some crimes go slipping through the cracks, but these two gumshoes are picking up the slack. There's no case too big, no case too small. When you need help, just call Chippendales Rescue Rangers. Chippendales when there's danger. No, it never fails. Once they're involved, somehow whatever's wrong gets solved. Chippendales Rescue Rangers. Chippendales when there's danger. No, it never fails. They'll take the clues and find the ways and whys and who's. Chippendales Rescue Rangers. Chippendales when there's danger. Chippendales.
It's a really good theme.
It is. It's great.
Yeah.
Justin, like he's smirking right now, but he knows it's true.
All right. So a little fun fact before we get into the fun facts. So Justin and I watched an episode of this in VR in a virtual reality movie theater. We watched one of the episodes.
We held hands
And-
virtually.
Oh,
We did.
really?
We made a pact that we were going to look at each other because it was weird to look at each other. But we watched the episode, and Justin did comment that he liked the theme. So I came to test.
Yes,
We watched an episode of this together, and Justin liked the theme.
but that's the easiest layup in the world.
So how did you guys like come to know this show?
I had never watched this. I knew the characters. I knew Chip and Dale. They're older, from like the 60s or 40s or something. Yeah, I never watched this. I knew the characters from back when, because this has been around for a while, but I never watched this show.
Same
So
thing.
you knew like all the characters?
No, just Chip and Dale.
Just Chip and Dale. Okay.
Yeah.
Same exact thing. I never watched it, knew about it. I think the first time I saw him was Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
So, like they were like they
That's
were
a
in
weird.
there.
That's a weird way to be introduced to Chip and Dale.
I was like, oh, I kind of remember seeing them from like stuff from old Disney stuff, but I never sat down and watched an episode.
Yeah.
They've been in a lot
And
of
you-
old Disney stuff.
Yeah. And what's your experience, John? You like these people?
I mean, I watched it. I probably watched this as much as I watched Darkwing Duck.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
I watched,
excited to watch
I watched
Darkwing Duck.
DuckTales a little bit more, But this show, Darkwing Duck,
get
DuckTales, Tailspin, they're all like,
Yeah.
they were all kind of on around the same times.
When there's trouble, you call DW.
So let me say this. So you've talked about these shows, and you kind of always group them together, with Darkwing Duck being the best. To me,
I like
Tailspin
DuckTales
and
the best.
okay, so I'd never seen that either. But to me, Tailspin and Chip and Dale were kind of the exact same of quality.
Yeah.
So, spoiler, you're gonna get a lot of the same responses probably. But I'm excited to watch Darkwing Duck and DuckTales because I think you guys are saying that better. I'm curious if it actually is better.
I'll tell you, I've seen both of those, and unless my nostalgia glasses are blocking me, I loved those shows as a kid.
Okay.
But I love this show as a kid, and I loved.
Well, you're
Tailspin.
wrong. So
Why does it have such a good rating, Justin? I don't know.
Because people like this show.
People like this show.
Right.
But I'm glad you guys like the theme. The theme is awesome.
The theme's great.
The theme is awesome. I know the whole thing. I
Okay.
could sing it for you right now, but I'm not going to.
So I'll do plot if it's cool with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
So if you're gonna watch this on Disney Plus, there's a 5-parter that's like 20 episodes in. Watch that first because
it
that
tells you
explains
everything.
the plot, which is you have Chip and Dale, and they are not rescue rangers; they're just random chipmunks, and they meet what's his name, Cheddar
Monterey.
McGee.
Monterey Jack.
Monterey Jack,
Monterey Jack, sorry, and then
Provolone.
and then Gadget, and you meet these characters, and then they form into the Rescue Rangers, and so each episode is them helping out somebody, solving a crime, or just them going through their own lessons learned. And
Is a Gadget also one of those characters that gets drawn?
let's
Probably,
see.
like I would imagine.
Alright.
So.
I'm gonna
I know there was a
Google
Robot
Gadget.
Chicken episode about that.
Is there? I'm gonna Google Gadget, and we'll see how long it takes, how many images it takes.
I think there was a
Yeah.
Robot Chicken sketch where like she
gotta
took
say-
her pants off or something.
You can't say just Gadget. You gotta say
No.
Rescue
Yeah,
Rangers
I
like
did.
Gadget.
I said Chip and Dale Gadget. Let's see how many it takes before we get to the provocative picture. This is the game we play on this podcast. Okay. We are about 15 in. It's more than usual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Usually it's a little bit longer than that. Not as much as usual. Babs like
No.
2 or 3.
All right, hold
All
on.
right,
I
anyway,
gotta go find that.
You got off topic
Yeah,
when it came
okay.
to the plot.
Anyways. Yeah, so sorry. Okay.
We're looking
so,
at a
yeah.
different plot this
I
time.
mean, that's pretty much it, though. It's just them like solving crimes or them learning something about themselves. The 4 of them really, and yeah,
Kind of
that's
forming the Rescue Rangers. That's
Yeah.
what that thing
They
is.
have a rival cat, which is similar to Tailspin.
Yeah. Yeah, fat
Which
cat.
again, all this is explained in like the 5-parter first one we should have watched, and it wasn't your fault,
didn't know
John.
that.
It's yeah,
I didn't
no,
know that.
it's not your fault, but if you're gonna watch on Disney Plus, like 20 episodes in, there's a 5-parter which explains all the characters, and I think that was very helpful. It was the last thing we watched, but it could be the first thing you watch if you're gonna rewatch this, and it might help you in the future.
I did like their story though. I did like that 5-parter. I did.
I like the 5-part too, honestly, because it was like
because-
it was like an old movie. It was like an '80s Disney movie to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll get into fun facts. Justin, you got a
Yeah.
fun facts theme for me or no? Come on, just give me something. Give me something,
I
Justin.
can't remember the theme song.
It's so good.
I liked it. There you go. Da-da-da, fun facts somewhere. Fun facts. John's got them. There you go.
That was terrible. Chris, you got something for me?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You asked me.
All right. So it came out March 4th, 1989. So it was like a really late 80s movie or 80s show.
Okay.
It ran till November 9th in 1990. It was written and produced by Ted Stone, and it ran for 3 seasons, and it was 63 episodes. It was the '1 syndicated cartoon the whole entire time it was airing.
Oh, that's cool.
So like a bunch of like different like studios were like running this.
Nice.
So So the series wasn't supposed to be like it is now. It was supposed to be like a continuation of The Rescuers. Do you guys remember that movie with the mice? And it was like 1977. So it was supposed to be a continuation of that with all the same characters, but Disney didn't want to go that direction. So the creator, he wrote a kind of a different storyline with this mouse named Kit. And the CEO of Disney was like, "No, I don't like this character. Like, this character is trash. Like, you need to find like a new character." And it was funny because he did an interview, and he did an interview with Animation World Network, and he said, "Yeah, like, we really like the show, but I really don't like the main character." And he was like, "I'm gonna suggest to him that he needs to find like a new one." And I just thought that was really funny. I was like, "Yeah, you really like the whole premise of the show, but you hate the main character."
Right.
But they did come up with Chip and Dale. Do you guys know who they're based off of? It's two people that we've talked about in 2 weeks ago.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones is Dale.
Right. Also 2 weeks ago.
We talked about him 2 weeks ago.
I don't know. Tell me. I hate guessing.
You always
When I-
play these games, Justin.
When I don't know the answer, I hate it.
It's someone that was supposed to play Indiana Jones.
Oh my. Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck. Yep.
Oh,
from Magnum
I could
PI.
see that. Yeah, he's got the
Yeah.
he's got the thing in the hat.
So those are two, and it was kind of funny. Like when I was reading it, it like gave Justin's fun fact that Tom Selleck was actually supposed to play Indiana
Yeah.
Jones.
That's cool.
But yeah, so the goofy kind of side was from Tom Selleck from the Magnum PI, and then like the more like leadership, like type of adventure was Dale from Indiana Jones.
Makes sense. Okay. That's
So,
cool.
yeah.
But
So
it
you
is
guys
based
want-
on it's based on the 40s characters, right? Like they were made long before for Disney.
Yeah, so
How many
they were
15-year-old
actually-
chipmunks did they try to do?
How many what?
Now, y'all remember that? She was supposed to be 15 in the Indiana Jones movie.
That's right.
No, that joke didn't land.
No,
Sorry.
didn't land. It's
I
okay.
didn't hear it.
So, Chip and Dale, they first appeared in 1943, and they didn't have it. They appeared on like an episode of just like Pluto
Okay.
from Mickey Mouse, and they didn't have names, and they didn't get names until a couple years later in 1947. They got their own cartoon in Chip and Dale. They appeared in 23 cartoons with like other Disney characters, like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and all of them. And then after like 1956, they disappeared, and they didn't appear again until this
Oh, okay.
show.
Okay.
So, which is weird because the CEO of Disney, they're like, yeah, you should use characters that people already know.
Right.
And they
Who knows this?
I was about to say,
They said,
the
"Screw
last
that."
appearance was 1956. Like, who's gonna know them?
Right.
I just thought it was funny.
Pretty good. All right.
All right.
Is it in the plot?
Yeah, we can get into the plot. So, what do you guys think of the plot of this show?
Go ahead, Justin.
So, heads up, I only watched about 8 episodes of this.
Okay, here, let's.
No,
give
Chris, you did too.
No,
Chris
I
did
finished
too.
it.
Oh no, you're going back on me.
No,
Fuck you guys.
Okay.
Fuck you
Yes.
guys.
When
Fuck
we-
you
when
guys.
we originally said we are going to record this episode, I only watched 8. And then when it got postponed, I was like, you know what, I'm going to watch the rest because I'm
I
a good
went into
person.
this with you behind me.
Okay,
good
so
person.
we were supposed to watch around 17.
I'm going to tell you right now.
I was
so-
not watching 17 of this. I can tell you that right now.
I did, and it was great.
let
All
me
right,
tell you-
look.
Wait, I have one thing to say. So my wife said, what are you supposed to watch this week for the podcast? And I said, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. And she said, have you watched it? And I said, no. I said, I watched a couple, and that was it. And she said, wouldn't you feel bad if John didn't watch a show of yours? And I felt bad, so I watched the rest. I powered through. All right.
I've made notes on every single episode.
Okay. So
Like,
go ahead, John.
I got
Justin,
like
what'd you-
paragraphs on every single episode.
All right, so
It's great.
I've watched the 5-parter. I watched 3 other episodes.
Okay.
I think I have the gist of this. Okay.
Okay.
I will admit that that 5-parter.
It was interesting. I don't know what you're talking about. It was
That
interesting.
is as much as I will go. It was interesting. Look,
I wanted to know what happens next.
here's my
five-
problem. Here's my problem.
Okay.
And
What's the
maybe
problem?
maybe this is a little bit too much, not to do as much with plot. I hated all these characters. It was so annoying.
What?
I agree.
I'm
It's
gonna
like
be,
basically you're saying you hate Indiana Jones. That's what you're saying. right now,
no,
That's very
no, no,
different.
That's
don't
exactly
do,
what
no.
you're saying.
Indiana
No.
Jones and Tom Selleck, you hate them.
Look, I did my best.
You hated the whole entire
Okay,
series of Magnum PI. That's what you're
This-
telling me right now.
I've never watched Magnum PI very much.
Okay,
I don't
good.
remember many episodes of it.
Okay.
Anyways, I was so focused on how annoying these people were, these chipmunks were. I can't tell you half of what happened in what happened
The
here.
dialogue was really hard to understand what was happening.
I
was
like I'm gonna be
confused.
very honest with you.
Okay.
Like
Be honest with me.
this was just so tough to watch.
It was.
Like man, at least I want to compare it to the worst one I have seen. All right, it's not something I haven't done. So
Okay.
obviously Yu-Gi-Oh sucks, all that. But
Yeah.
for example, Dragon Ball Z, that's the thing I think I hate the worst. Okay, let me
Uncle
finish.
John's.
Let me finish. I can follow Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
I kind of like the characters.
Yeah.
Okay, there's something there. This, it was
Worst thing
just
ever.
nonsense half the time.
Okay. So it's weird because the show treats animals almost as good as humans, but not quite.
It's weird humans are in this because, like in Tailspin, there's no humans. In this, there are humans, and it's very confusing about what's
Yes.
happening.
So and then like there was an episode where you had Flash the Wonder Dog, and
Right.
like it was like a TV show
I
about
like that
Flash.
episode. I like that one. Yeah.
And it was the interaction between the animals and the humans was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. Like
Yeah.
I'll admit that because he had his own TV show, but then like in the episode like his name kind of gets like smeared,
Right.
and then all the humans like get mad at the dog
Yeah.
and go after the dog.
Yeah.
And I was like, that would be like a human. Like it would be like a human actor. They would do the same thing. So it's weird. It's a weird interaction.
So Justin, what would you give the plot?
A 2.
Dude, dang.
I would give this. I would give it a 3. So I would say about half the episodes. Honestly, I liked
Okay.
the
I mean, that's
5-parter.
fine. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's
I liked the
fair.
5-parter.
We
I
watched
like-
17 episodes. It's a lot
You know
of
me,
episodes.
I'm a sucker for the dad. I'm a sucker for the dad episode. So I like the Monterey Jack where he meets his dad, and I liked the dog episode that you brought up.
Yeah.
Other ones, the ones I didn't like, I really, really did not like. So I can't say it's anything higher than a 3.
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Because I feel the same way. It's okay.
Yeah.
I feel the
Okay,
same-
good.
Some of the episodes were very, very difficult to watch. They were.
Yep.
The out to launch episode we watched.
Oh my gosh.
That was very difficult.
That was
to
one of the
watch.
worst ones to watch.
Okay, so when you were talking about like to follow, a lot happened in that episode. A lot happened.
We can reiterate. So one of the I don't remember what Chipmunk was. It was Chip, right? I don't remember. One of the
I don't know what you're referring to. Chip what?
which one gets
What
stuck
did
in
Chip
the
do?
spacesuit? Which one gets stuck in the spacesuit? That's what I'm thinking of.
Chip gets stuck in the space.
Chip. Okay, so Chip gets stuck in a spacesuit and then goes into space, and that's
Well, they both do. They both
they
get
both
stuck in
do.
the
You're right.
spacesuit.
yeah. You're right. You're right.
And Chip gets stuck in the spacesuit first, and then Dale tries to rescue him. I don't know why they go to NASA. Okay, they go to NASA to look at to watch the launch because Gadget wants to watch the launch.
Right.
They go through like some space training, some astronaut space training, And I thought that was kind of like childish. I didn't know that the direction of the episode was gonna go, but I liked it. I liked it up until that point.
Yeah.
Then Chip and Dale get stuck in a spacesuit. That spacesuit gets taken to the shuttle,
Right.
and the shuttle launches, and they go into space. And it kind of threw me off a little bit. I was like, I don't know what's about to happen. So
It is all in 20 minutes. They jam packed
the spacesuit gets launched into space on accident.
Yeah.
And then Gadget and Monterey find out about it. They build their own space craft, go into space to rescue them, get the spacesuit, go to the shuttle so they can get back home.
Yeah.
The shuttle gets hit by a meteor.
Yep.
And as soon as it gets hit by the meteor, the astronauts get knocked out, and then Chip and Dale and the gang have to land the spaceship.
Yep. What happens?
I was so surprised. I had to backtrack and look at it thinking that it was like a 40-minute episode, and it was 22 minutes. And I was like, I don't know how the hell they just did this. Because there was so much stuff in that episode. Yeah. No, that was a cringing episode. I didn't really
I like the dad episode. I thought that was funny. I thought the Monterey Jack's dad was really funny. All right, let's do main characters. Chip and Dale. You want to do the other?
It's just all the Rescue Rangers. Chip and Dale, and I guess Fat Cat. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Fat Cat was basically in almost every single episode.
I'm gonna say 2. I think it's generous. I'm gonna say there's 5 main characters. You have Chip and Dale. You have Monterey Jack. You have Gadget, and then you have Fat Cat. That's 5 characters.
And you also have Zippy.
Oh right. Oh yeah, the non-speaking crickets.
Oh, of course.
It's a fly.
Zippy.
Fly, whatever. Anyways, okay, we'll say 5 characters.
Zipper. Is it Zipper?
I don't. Usually
I
when we
don't really
do this,
care.
and there's 5 characters, we usually say I like 2 of them, so I'm gonna give you 2. I didn't even like 2 of them, but I'm gonna give you 2 anyways, just to be nice. I didn't like any of these particularly well. Did Chip and Dale let me have a personality? Like any of them have
No. One was stupid, one was kind of smart.
Monterey Jack like cheese. That was
I'll
it.
defend it a little bit. All right, Justin, how did you think about the main characters? Justin, come on, you gotta say something.
Hero. Give it the goose egg, the rare goose egg.
You gotta say something, Justin.
They annoyed me so much. Their voices,
It was so hard to understand.
their personalities.
Hey, what's the big idea? Just look at this mess. How can you be such a slob?
Okay. Who's the bloke who had the party and didn't invite me?
You know you're supposed to clean up after yourself. Says who? Says me. That's who. You're not the boss of me.
It wasn't that hard to understand.
It was so one-toned.
Yeah.
I don't expect depth. I get it's a kid show.
Yeah.
But there's good kid shows. It was so hard to get through this. I absolutely hated these people. These chipmunks.
What did you give it?
I'm trying to decide between two of them. Since I giggled a couple of times, I'm giving you a 1.
Okay.
I was this close to a 0. I'm telling you, I was that close to a 0. Like,
I thought you were trying to debate of a 2 and a 1.
No,
No,
0 and
a
1.
0 and a 1.
On a 2 and a 0 or a 1 and a 0?
I wish we had recorded me and Chris's conversation in that first episode because, man, like that's the first time I had seen an episode. I was just flabbergasted on how bad that was.
Literally,
What episode did you guys watch?
it wasn't one we were supposed to.
It was the cat one where they took a bunch of cats to get power,
No,
We didn't watch it.
I didn't watch that episode.
and there was mechanical dogs eating the cats, and
So my favorite part about
was
watching
stupid.
it with Justin was that we watched a good 5 minutes of it. They introduced all the characters. Justin didn't say a word, and then all of a sudden they introduced Monterey Jack, and he sees cheese, and his eyes go buggy, right?
Yeah.
And then it just said, "Oh, I guess his thing is that he likes cheese." And that was it. That was his only comment on the character.
I like that.
that's all he does. He likes cheese. How is
like
there
that
anything
part of
to
him.
it?
I see. I feel like his character just grew a little bit when in his dad episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did. I felt
Oh, do
like
you have a
Monterey
little
Jack's character.
Parmesan kid? I
Oh.
fucking hated it.
Defend it, John. Defend it.
Okay, so I don't know why you guys didn't like Gadget. I liked Gadget a lot. Gadget
I
when I
only
was
like her
growing
for her body.
Okay. We're just gonna breeze past that. I liked her character. I mean, when it came to the five parter that we saw, I like that her dad died. Or her dad
like
No, I like
Yeah,
that
I agree.
that part of her
I wish all of
character
them died in that episode.
I like that part of her characteristic. It gave her like it almost gave her like a motivation of like, hey, I need to prove myself like more. I'm more than my dad's daughter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I wish they would have brought that up more than
God, he's
once.
about to say something else, isn't he?
It's true though. They never brought that up again.
They
never
didn't want to
mentioned-
be too dark. It's a kids show. Why would I bring up my dead
Just say
dad?
something like, "My dad taught me this." They even mentioned that. All of a sudden, she just knows everything.
Yeah, like you say, man, I remember when my dad taught me how to do this. I'm like, oh, I'll be like, oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
we're going back a little bit. There's some depth.
Justin, don't act like that one line would have changed your mind. About
No,
the
but
character.
it would have at least made at least a bit interesting.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what you're saying is it would have some motivation. Like it wouldn't make it all that much better. Like maybe a 2 or a 3, but that's way better than a 1 or a 0.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
I don't care about these characters at all. Like they were so just one-dimensional and bland. If they would have kept that, there's something to it at least. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
It doesn't have to be.
The one thing that did bother me about the main characters is that sometimes I felt like Chip and Dale didn't have a lot of lines. Like the other
No.
characters had more lines than Chip and Dale,
Yeah.
I see that as a good
which is a
thing.
knock on the show. Which it really is a knock on the show.
They weren't compelling
Chip-
characters. They were just there.
Yeah, Chip, I felt like should have been a little bit more funny.
Yeah.
Like you could have made that character a little bit more funny.
A lot
I
more
liked,
funny.
See, but I did like that Dale, and I like that Dale was monitored after Indiana Jones because he was the leader of everything. Like he was the person that, in my opinion, felt like that he was the straight man of the
Yeah.
whole entire group.
No, I think you're right, John. I think you're absolutely right. If they would have made Chip more funny, it would have made the show a lot better. But Chip and Dale were kind of on the same level of humor when clearly Dale was supposed to be the straight man. But they didn't do that. Like Chip was just also the straight man.
Chip was never the straight man. I don't know what
He
you're
was a
talking
straight
about.
man, but he was just an idiot. He wasn't funny. He was just an idiot.
I know.
It's like
and,
the
I
whole
know
thing
that's a-
where it's like the whole thing where people get back on the Simpsons now because Homer used to be a lovable idiot,
Yeah.
and like he's an idiot but he's lovable. That's kind of how I see this. Except which one's the stupid one? Dale. I can never remember the difference.
Chip
Okay.
Chip is the one that has
If he
the
had
black
some
shirt.
other qualities like he's like really good at this or this, so that's
Yeah.
why they keep him around. Why the fuck is he around? Like, what
Right.
does he give to the group?
It's true.
He's Dale's friend.
He's Dale's friend. Also
He-
straight man Dale.
he's just living. He's living off of it.
So
That's it. Just like
so
me on this podcast.
I was pretty disappointing. I was pretty disappointed because
You are pretty disappointing.
shut up. I was pretty disappointed when in the Wonder Dog episode again that Chip
Oh,
thought
yes.
that Wonder Dog was like an actual dog.
right.
Like that was like a superhero. And then he found out he wasn't a superhero. I thought they were gonna kind of bring out his character a little bit more, and they just kind of like stopped it. Like
Exactly.
he just
What
like
a
found out about it,
surprise.
and they didn't really mention it after that. Like,
What a surprise!
What would you give it, John?
so I like Gadget. Here's the thing when it comes to the characters that I see. I see Dale as the leader. I see them. He's the one that kind of does like the charge first. And he does like all the little adventures and stuff. Like he does like all like the action moves or whatever, just like
Okay.
Indiana Jones does. I feel like Chip is the idiot. I agree with Justin. I don't know why he's the character like in the show. Like I don't know what he does for the group. Gadget is like the mechanic, and she is like kind of. I felt like she was a little bit of like the sweet one.
She's for the
Right.
dads.
She's for she's for the older kids that understood that
You're going through a weird phase.
the kids that went through a weird phase. That's who she was for. Monterey was,
Useless.
I guess, like the muscle of the group. I felt like he
Right.
was the muscle of the group, but sometimes he made like an idiot decision because most people that are like the muscle of the group, they're kind of idiots and they kind of just like go gun ho. And then Zipper, they didn't have long enough arms to do certain things that they wanted to do, so they had to add
Yeah.
a flop.
I want to know your score.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
care
gonna-
about what you think about him. I want to know your score.
I'm gonna give it a 2. We didn't even talk about Fat Cat. What did you
Too
guys
high.
think about the villain?
Is the exact same as Tailspin. It was a tiger from Tailspin, looking slightly different. It was not any original at all. It was just another villain.
No, I
What a
liked it.
surprise.
I liked his hideout. His hideout was the same hideout as his like owner.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that it was, I like that aspect of it, and I like that it was like a pet casino or like an animal casino. You didn't like that?
Didn't the tiger have the same thing in Tailspin? I thought he had a casino.
No, he didn't.
All right, he had some kind of
He
gambling.
didn't have
thing.
an owner.
Okay, no, he didn't have an owner, but he had a casino or something. Whatever. All right.
No, he didn't. So I'm gonna give it a 2. I mean,
Okay.
they weren't
Still too
strong
high.
characters, but
So
That
far,
is being
John.
very
I still
nice.
wouldn't have given it a 0.
So
what
far,
Justin
John
was
and I-
thinking about.
John
What?
and I are on the same page, me and you, John. Okay. Minor characters. I don't think John, you should have
All
put
the
all of them
goons,
together.
all the minor characters would be like the dad.
Right.
All the goons. You had, I guess, you had some different bad guys in it.
Yeah.
Like the professor. You
Yeah.
had in the 5-parter, you had the dog. You had the detective.
Yeah.
Just kind of reaching out here.
Yeah, the Wonder Dog owner or
You had
Owner
all
of the- owner-
you had all the people. All the people that
all
were
the,
in
all the humans. Yeah.
Did you guys see the episode with the squirrels and how this one of the squirrels was in love with Dale?
I saw that. Yes.
I think I saw that one.
I'm gonna give you a 1, John. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's the first episode you had the pirates.
That's true. You. Okay, you know what? I like the pirate. It's not actually my score at all, but I like the pirates. I like the idea that
I'm so glad that you mentioned
You were
them.
about to say it. affected
it
your
was one
score.
episode of 15 you made me watch. I'm not changing my score.
I'm so glad you made me remember that because I did kind of like the Pirates.
Yes.
So that is going to change my score.
Okay.
I was going to give you a 0.
Now it's a 1.
It's a 1.
Okay. Yeah, I
that
remember
was
the
a
pirates.
good episode.
That was a good episode.
That was a
One
good episode.
not make a series.
It was clever that they and then but y'all saw it coming, right? They're gonna make Monterey Jack look like the pirate because he looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
I saw it coming. They're like, we're waiting for this pirate.
Okay,
He looks exactly like.
I'm
this
not gonna lie. I laughed at in the episode they get caught by some Chip and Dale get caught by some pirates.
Right.
And they get captured. Like some other stuff happens, but they get captured like towards the end of the episode. And Monterey
That's like
Jack
all
has
the
to,
episodes. Some stuff happens.
Monterey Jack has to act like the captain of the pirates to rescue him. And the freaking one of the people that like actually knew the captain had to come out and like describe the captain. And I thought him like actually
The
trying to
part where he
act like the captain
yeah.
was funny.
The part where
I
he said,
laughed.
There'll be 3 ways he always knew the captain. When he looked at you, he always had a funny squint in his eye. His eye? Aye. Aye. And he was a short man. And he only had 1 leg. He left one. Captain Luffy, you come back.
that was funny. Yeah. What would you give it, John? You gave it 1s.
I would give it a. I'm gonna give it a 3.
I'm glad it doesn't count.
Average, really?
I
An
like
average score?
I like the dad. I like the dad. I like the pirates. The goons were just like regular goons. Like they didn't do anything in my opinion that was funny. I don't know. I don't. There's certain characters I liked, and certain characters I didn't like. So
Like you
I
said,
mean, I
Chris,
felt like
I'm
it was
glad
an
it's not
average amount of
counted.
people I didn't like, and then there was the same amount of people that I liked. So I give it a 3.
All right. Let's do acting.
Okay, hey. There was one thing I liked. I liked about the NASA episode. I liked the announcer dude.
We've just been told that the space plane has re-entered the atmosphere and is heading toward the space center. It looks like everything's going to be A-okay.
Oh yeah.
Like
Hey.
announcing everything.
Oh, that's definitely a 3 now. Oh.
No, I
Shut
agree.
up.
That was
It was
funny.
you-
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway,
So
there you-
the acting.
so the voice acting.
Oh my god.
It was not nearly as good as Tailspin with the monkey who had the bar. It was not, and even the tiger was better. This is not nearly as good.
No, because it means a lot of squeak.
And I couldn't understand what they were saying. Maybe I'm old. I couldn't understand what Jim and Dale were saying.
I couldn't get it either. It was bad.
Let's give it a 1, dude. I'm sorry.
It's a
Oh my
1.
God.
This sucked.
Oh, it's gonna be
I had
brutal next.
No, I would have to give it a low score too.
Okay.
Just because there was nothing really that Monterey Jax, I liked his voice.
Right.
And I liked the Fat Cat's voice. But that was like the only voice I really liked. Every other voice kind of sounded very similar to each other.
I had to put on closed caption.
I
Let's
agree.
just say that.
I agree.
I'm sorry,
What
guys. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I didn't think that it was hard to hear. That first episode, though, when I watched it, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get so annoyed with Chip and Dale's like voice. I do not remember it being like.
No, I agree. The
super
first
squeaky
episode with
like
the
that.
Pirates, they had an argument, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with this. I'll put a clip of it in.
I grew on it. I
Yeah.
was like, I mean, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be,
Right.
type of thing.
So what would you
In
give
my
it?
opinion, I didn't think the Chip and Dale's voices got as annoying as I thought it was. But it's probably because they didn't talk a lot in the episodes, in my opinion.
Exactly.
That's a good thing.
I felt like if they would have probably talked more, I would have got more annoyed.
What would you give
A 1.
it? Good.
Thank God.
All right.
I gotta give it a. I mean, again, there was. I didn't even like. I like Gadja as a character. I did not like her voice. Chip and Dale, I liked their character. I didn't like their voice. I felt like they could have made it just a little bit less high pitched. I don't know.
All right.
But I like Monterey Jack's voice and I like Fat Cat's voice. I felt like Fat Cat's voice was a typical like bad character, and he sounded like a bad character. As soon as I heard him talk, I was like, yeah, that's the bad guy.
Right.
And I liked Monterey Jack's kind of like Australian accent. I didn't think that the Australian accent was bad.
It wasn't terrible. Was the
I'm
Australian?
not
real life?
Australian. I don't know, so.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I gave it a 1. I was leaning towards 2, but there was everyone sounded the exact same.
All right. Does it hold up?
0.
Yes, it does.
You gave it 1s and 2s. It does not hold up.
I'm gonna
It's
give
a
it
0.
I'm gonna give you a 1, John. It held up more than some stuff we've seen. I'm gonna give it a 1.
0.
I'd rather watch this than Dragon Ball Z personally.
I'm the
Oh
opposite.
my gosh, guys, you serious?
I'd rather watch Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. What about you, John? What would you give it?
At least there's sweaty men that I can watch. I mean, at least there's fighting.
Good cover there, buddy.
Oof.
I don't think it was as bad as you guys are saying.
No, it is.
It's just because we're adults and we're watching this. Like, I just
That's the whole point.
It's like give it a 1. I gave it the benefit of the doubt. There's probably shows that kids like that they might like this show, but
yeah.
I
I
think
give
it's
it a 1.
stupid, but
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Okay.
It's not as bad as what you guys are saying.
Okay.
It's not. I don't think it's a 1. I think it's a hard 2.
Okay.
I think it's a very hard 2. There. When it comes to some of the jokes, I felt like they landed. I mean, and it was very childlike. The whole entire show was very childlike. Like
Right.
it wasn't this. Believe me, the show was not made for adults.
No.
Like
No.
at all.
It doesn't
It
mean
was
you can't
made
be
for.
enjoyed
It was
by
made for
adults.
kids. It was marketed towards kids that were 4 to I think like 9 or 10.
Okay.
So that whole entire gap. I mean,
Doesn't
like when
excuse it.
what? It doesn't excuse it.
No.
It's very
You can make a
simple.
good kid
it's a
show.
simple. It's a simple-minded show.
So you're
Yeah.
simple-minded because you like it.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You
I
just
give
backed
I
yourself
don't-
into a corner.
I just
I
gave
don't
it a
think
2.
John liked it.
I gave it a
don't
2.
think John
I gave
liked
it a 2.
Yeah.
If I liked it, I would have gave it a 4. But
Okay.
I didn't like it.
These people who are starring it.
I just don't think it's a
7
1. I
stars
don't
are
think it's as bad as a
simple-minded.
1. It's a very, very, very simple show. Very simple.
All right. Let's keep going. Is that you continue watching?
0.
I'll give it a 1 again.
I will never watch any more episodes of this
I'm gonna-
ever.
I'm gonna give it a 1 as well. I don't want to watch any more of this.
We're done with the show.
Huh?
We're done with the show.
I'm done with the show. I don't want any more to do with this show. Even though I loved it when I was a kid, I thought it was so good. And that little symbol, the Rescue Rangers on the leather that you see at the very big, like the very end of the episodes. I knew someone in school that had a leather jacket that had that symbol in it, and I was so jealous of this person
That's
because I
pretty cool.
loved it so
Must be a
much.
cool guy.
I thought to myself, I was like, I'm gonna steal this jacket one day. Like I don't care what my parents are
And
gonna
now
say.
John's a thief.
I know I'm gonna get in so much trouble, but I'm gonna steal his jacket if I get a chance. I love this show when I was
Pretty
little.
cool. All right. So,
But
what's your,
no,
what's,
I don't want to watch any more of this. It was a very
God.
very long
It was a
series.
process. It was a
It
process.
was a very long. It was a very long series.
I had no motivation to rewatch this. I was like, I don't want to watch the next episode. I have to watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. It's so motivating.
No, it was bad. It was bad. I still think it holds up because it was a very simple show.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. There was no depth to it. Justin's right. Absolutely none. That's
Yep.
not what that's not what the show was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a very simple, kids-like show.
Yep.
And they go on adventures, and they're rescue rangers, and they rescue animals, and it says it in the theme song that they go on adventures that are too small for the police to handle.
That's true. That's very true.
And do you
And
really
they did.
think the episodes are going to be really that entertaining if it's
It could have been.
too small for the police to handle?
Toy Story did it right. That's all I'm saying. All right. final category, John. What do you want?
The music.
Yeah, I put theme down because I knew you were gonna say that
The music.
for the for the
Get
grab.
voice somewhere.
4.
4 also.
It's a great theme.
It's really good.
It's
It's a
4.
great theme.
Yeah.
So the person that wrote the theme
Uh-huh.
was Mark Mueller, and he also wrote the theme song to DuckTales.
Okay.
So get this, he wrote these songs as well. He wrote the hit "Nothing at All" by Heart. Or no, I'm sorry, "Nothing at All" by, and this was by Heart. And then he also wrote "That's What Love Is," and he also wrote the hit song "Crush" with Jennifer Page. Have you heard any of those songs?
I've heard of one of the bands, but I've never heard the song.
What would you give this, John, for the theme?
Oh, 5. Oh, 100%. I love the theme song.
All right. So let me tell you, John, you now
And
have
the music at the very end, like I like how they implemented the whole entire music when it came to like all the little adventures and at the very end of it, and
wasn't bad.
they had like really peaceful music at the very beginning of all the episodes.
Yeah.
I thought they were great.
John, you now have the second worst thing ever done. At least
Ever?
since we started ranking them.
The second worst thing that we've watched.
Compared to
Ever?
Master of Disguise. Yep. That was number 1. This is second.
How did Dragon Ball Z beat this?
This is
Well,
a good
then,
transition.
That was before we ranked them like this, so it's hard to tell.
This is a good transition because it's me next week, right?
Oh yeah, oh gosh, here we go.
All right. So, watching this show gave me an idea.
Okay.
All right. So, I'm about to get my, what is it, comeuppance next week? Is that what you call it? You know, never heard of that before?
I think we're pissed off by what you make us watch.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So, actually, this is more of to say, John, something that you loved as a kid. All right. I'm about to show you something else that I love that everybody's going to hate.
Okay.
All right. So, this is actually a sequel. I've had this in my back pocket, and I think it's only fair I pull this out because John got shitty scores.
Okay.
So this is my peace offering to John for the scores. We are going to watch Turbo, a Power Rangers movie.
And we're back. You know what? I like this movie.
No, why?
We are going to watch the movie that almost killed Power Rangers. That's how bad this was. An already shitty series of TV shows. This movie and this series, Turbo, almost killed Power Rangers.
Oh, that's exciting.
Really?
Yes.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. That it almost killed Power Rangers.
I'm going to talk about it next week because it's really funny about what the show is based on and what happened to it.
That's exciting.
And how they fucked this up so bad.
Okay. I'm excited about this.
So this is my peace
like
offering. So John, this is a peace offering to you for our scores because this is going to get trashed. So this is not me
It's not
saying
the series though, right? It's the movie.
It's just a movie.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to get back at you by making you watch a bad movie. I'm trying to say, okay, John, I really ripped into your show.
I don't
rip into this.
Okay, I don't want you to hold this against me because I know we watched not 17 episodes of this trash, and I know we're only gonna watch like an hour and a half of his.
I don't think it's 90. I think it's like an hour 10.
That's it?
I think so.
Awesome.
You'll see why when you watch it.
Is it okay? So what characters are in this?
So just real quick, I'll just kind of it's 99. Oh, sorry, it's 99 minutes. I thought it was shorter. Okay. But it's 2 seasons later after the first movie.
So all the characters we loved are gone, and it's all new.
Some of them come back. Okay. There's 2. There's 3. 2.
How do?
I'm excited.
I don't even know how the Power Rangers like world works. So is it
no
like,
one does.
Like the first Power Rangers were like the OGs.
Yeah.
And then
every 2 or 3 seasons they reboot.
But sometimes in some shows they're not the OGs. There was an Ancient Rangers. It's all bullshit.
Okay. All right.
So I'll explain a couple of the seasons that pass between this because there is 2 seasons in between.
But it's all like a serial type of situation where like this world is the same as the world that we watched.
I'm excited about this.
I'll explain it next week. It's stupid, confusing.
Just, I mean, yeah. That's terrible.
It's stupid and confusing.
Okay.
I'm excited.
I feel like that was one of the reasons why I never got into Power Rangers because I felt like if I fell in love with the characters, I remember thinking this when I was like a little bit older, that if I watched Power Rangers and I fell in love with the characters, they're gonna get rid of my characters that I like.
Nowadays, that's how it is. It's a new team every year, but before, when we were little, it wasn't that way. Sometimes they would move on, sometimes they switch out. Now every season has a new cast. It didn't used to be that way. So now, yes. Back then, no.
Okay.
I'll catch you up.
I'm excited.
Well, you better, Justin, because I'm
excited.
I'm super confused about the whole Power Rangers phenomenon.
I'm excited to rip into this because this movie sucks hard.
Very excited.
I hated it as a kid. That's how much I hate. That's how it was.
Okay.
All right. Well,
so does it go back to me now? Like after Justin?
Yeah. I'll go back to you.
Okay. I already know what I want to watch.
Okay, cool. Hope it's very nice.
It probably will be.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I can't believe you guys hated it this much. I didn't think you were gonna hate it this much.
Not great.
I thought it was bad, but I didn't think it was this bad. All right. Anyway, I haven't done this in a while. So you can find us on social medias at Another Man's Pod on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and you can also
Yeah, okay.
yeah, you
we're there.
can.
Yeah.
I mean, we're there. I mean, there's nothing new. We're there. No, I'm joking. I'm trying to start posting. I posted the last like 3 or 4 days
It's been good.
on that. So we put up dank memes. I haven't said that in a while.
They're dank.
Put out dank memes, and we put out. We're gonna try to start putting out a little bit more clips of our episodes on there as well. What episodes should they go back and watch? Throwback.
Space Jam. Oh no.
With
Let's see Power Rangers movie 1.
Yeah, the first movie.
Season 1. That was.
Space Jams is a good episode too. Oh my god, I can't.
They're both
Freaking
seasons.
Power Rangers was the first episode that we had, right?
Yeah, and then we did the movie same also first season.
That was
it's
so
been a while. It's been a long time since we watched.
I've
Power.
kept this in my back pocket,
So-
and I need to play it.
Well, we will see you next week with Turbo, a Power Rangers movie.
That's literally the title. Peace.